Welcome to Project Marlin. This is the first video in a little series I'm going to do about projects and doing a project and deciding what you're going to do as a project. And this one I think would be fair to say we're going to call it a cautionary tale, because it's easy to lead with your heart and not think properly about projects. I've done this more than once. Project Marlin is only the latest silly idea that I've had. Probably won't be the last, although the size of it's certainly the biggest so far. But one example I can do other than the Marlin is years ago I bought a Ford County tractor. It was 1174. Nice tractor. I bought it because I liked it. I got overexcited. I was looking for a smaller one. Got overexcited. Common story here, or common theme, sorry. And once I started going into it, it looked like the previous owner, he had several, and it looked like he had taken all the good bits off of mine and put them onto the other tractor, and all the rubbish had gone back onto mine. The injection pump was shot, the injectors were all a mishmatch. I think it had a different head on that they'd never even bothered to set the tappets on. The wiring was all shot, the clutch was seized up on it. I had mismatched wheels and tyres. So, I mean, lots of things, and with a County it can be big money, these things. So I did the injection pump, pulled the engine apart, checked everything, put it back together again, did the clutch, did all the mechanical stuff on it, rewired it. And then ran out of money to be able to pay for storage. So I thought, well, it's not worth that much money. I overpaid for it, and I sold it for I advertised it for what I paid for it, which was really stupid. I mean, it sold instantly. Within 20 minutes I had a deposit for it, putting it on Facebook Marketplace. And the guy who bought it, a bloke came over, he had a look at it for a friend of his. Came over from Belgium, I think it was, or Holland, so I can't remember which of the two, and he was amazed at how nicely the engine ran, how smooth it was, and yeah, they were happy with it, and it's gone off to a new life in Europe. The problem I had there was I was paying a lot of money to rent this shed to store it in, and that was preventing me from spending the money on the truck on things that I couldn't do or I was scared of doing, and I needed a lot. The cab needed rebuilding. County cab parts are horrendously expensive, and I wasn't that confident in doing the bodywork on it, so I let it go because of the storage costs. And then there's the one you all know about, the Marlin. Again, looked at that. Turned out to be a lot worse condition than I thought once I actually started looking at it, but that is something you've got to understand when you go and look at a project vehicle. If you don't know it in and out, inside and out, and you don't know the history of it, then you're going to find things, there's definitely going to be things you find with it that are wrong with it that you're not expecting. And from my experience of doing projects of things for years, so cars, tractors, engines, Land Rovers, now the Marlin, the chances are if you buy a project that you really fall in love with, it's going to cost you far more than you expect. It's going to take a lot more work than you expect. If it looks like an easy project, there's a good chance it isn't. If somebody's selling it, there's a reason that they're selling it. It's either been stood for years and not been touched, or they found out how much work it needs doing, or they bought it from somebody for too much money, bodged something, and then they're selling it on. These are quite common things to happen. So the moral of this story will be, think about it, have a look at it, and understand that if you've got, say, a £10,000 budget to buy and do up something, you need to buy something that looks like it needs £1,000 worth of work if you're paying £5,000 for it with a £10,000 budget, because go up. The little things cost a lot. But all this doom and gloom, no way am I trying to stop you from doing a project. I'm just saying, be aware that these things happen. If I somehow had the money to finish the Marlin tomorrow, would me saying all this to you stop me from doing another project? No. I'd end up buying something else. I think I'd struggle to top the Marlin in really stupid impulse purchases, but I could certainly have a go. So on that happy note, if you enjoyed this video, please click a like. Please consider subscribing if you haven't, and click that bell icon to get your notifications. And again, love to hear from you in the comments, and hopefully we'll see you in the next of this series. Cheerio and toodle pip.